Welcome to another episode of Ruggers. 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, we did a program on the Vultures at Schoolboy Rugby. That's those travelling companies that goes to festivals, select a squad of kids that's apparently the best in their position, and then organise a tour to Ireland and any place in Europe they can find that will accept these kids. And I called these people, well, the agents I called vultures, and I called the people or the parents that send those kids to Ireland and wherever as assholes. That was not well received from both sides. However, I did get a lot of calls from people that support my opinion 100%, that testified that their kids was part of a scam like that. And yeah, that was it. I thought I made my point, and whoever wanted to listen, listened, and whoever doesn't want to listen, it's also cool. You were warned, according to me. But then last week Friday, I received a call. The first 2 minutes I couldn't make out if it was a pig that's throat was busy being cut, or a 13-year-old girl shouting at me, And after about 3 minutes, I started swearing at this oak, and I told him, listen, if you don't shut up for 2 seconds and so that I can hear who you are and what you are and what your point really is, I'm going to put the phone down. So then the guy identified himself as Jandre Bester. He was the national tournaments manager at Travel and Sport. And if I do not correct the facts immediately, he's going to take further steps. Jandre, I nearly peed my pants. I must be honest with you. But a little bit fast forward, after we had quite a long discussion and WhatsApps going back and front and everything, I was contacted by the CEO of Travel and Sport, Stephen van Zyl. Stephen promised me that's not the way Travel and Sport operates. Stephen admitted that Jandre was completely out of place. He also confirmed that Jandre didn't have the mandate to speak to me on behalf of Travel and Sport, and that Jandre was put on a final warning at Travel and Sport. So Stephen, I really hope, and I sincerely hope, that you were 100% honest and sincere with your answers. You're more than welcome to send me something that I can publish to explain your situation. I will do it with the greatest of pleasure, because that will then give the parents out there a guideline of how it's supposed to happen according to your company. But let's get back to the conversation. Then after I stopped Jandre, he started threatening me to expose stuff that happened at the Monacentenary Festival, the festival where I walked away due to several reasons. And I asked him, I told him, but you don't know anything that what happened at the Monacentenary Festival. And then he claimed that he was involved in the organizing of the festival. I couldn't, I thought I knew the people. Maybe I was dreaming, But in any case, Facebook is a very good tool. So I entered his name into Facebook on a Facebook search, and then I realized who I was speaking to. This is the guy that offered myself and one of the trustees that was organizing the Monas Festival 6 return airplane tickets to anywhere in South Africa. That's 12 tickets, 6 for me and 6 for the trustee. If we would fire Karen Erasmus of Eva Travel and have Travel and Sport as the official travelling partners of the festival, I bluntly told the trustee, that's not how I work, and tell Jandre to, I'm going to say, piss off. We did go to one sport grounds or where they host sporting festivals and everything close to Hartbeespoort Dam with Jandre, but Karen can confirm that she was there also. So this is Jandre, and now I realized who he was. I met him at the bar in Krugersdorp, and yeah, he didn't impress me that much. But okay, so that was his first, and when I told him, but listen, you can tell anybody whatever you like. I think what I did was out there already, and there's 1 or 2 or 3 things that the people don't know, and I will gladly provide him with that information also. I'm not scared. Then Jandre accused me of stealing the food from the mouths of their employees and their children and the dog, the cat, the cockatiel, and even the pet snake. So I asked Jandre, but what about those parents that you're making these false promises? What about them? What about their food? 80% of those people can't afford to send their kids overseas on your, on the excursion that you planned for them. His answer was quite simple. If they want to be arseholes, it's not my problem. I will take their money. And then Jandre started explaining to me how the system works. So how the system apparently is supposed to work. They select 50 people, 55 people, 3 per position at a festival. And then they offer these traveling spots to those boys. And those that can afford or are stupid enough to believe the lies that Jandre tells them about agents and everything, creating opportunities for these rugby players overseas. Yeah, so that's the people they target. And I said, but Jandre, that's not right. How can you do that? He said to me, but the real reason why he does that is because of the quota system and BEE and everything. The South African children does not realize what they're missing out on staying in South Africa. He wants to take them out of South Africa and go and show them how white people really needs to live, how white people needs to be free. And I thought by myself, what do you tell the black kids and their parents when you send them on a tour like that? Or maybe we must go and check. Maybe they don't take black kids. But when Jandre realized that argument doesn't impress me at all, he said to me, but he can't help if the rural township or the rural townspeople are so backwards, if they can't read or understand what he's telling them. Nothing happens in those rural towns and everything. So if they find 2 eggs in a chicken nest in the morning, it is front page news in those newspapers that operates there. He mentioned a few top schools in South Africa and said you won't find that in the top schools in the developed area of South Africa. And he can't be blamed for those parents getting excited for being told or misunderstanding being told that they were the best in their position at that festival and that his company will create opportunities for these kids to get out of South Africa, away from quotas, away from BEE. It's not his problem. And I said to him, what if the parents can't afford to pay that? Because I know a lot of people, and you can go and watch Backer Buddy, and a lot of parents are already on Backer Buddy, and the season is 3 weeks old, begging for money from other people because they want to send their kids on this life-saving rugby tour. They were selected as one of the best. So that was basically Jandre's argument and everything. Jandre, that's why I'm speaking to you, not to your boss. Hopefully your boss is a sincere person, and hopefully maybe he'll add it into the contract the parents sign, that he understands what he promises and what he does not promise, and that the company don't have to rely on you, especially you, to tell stories to get the people to send their kids on the sporting tours. So I'm speaking to you. I don't like you. I don't like your type. And please, don't call me, because apparently you apologized to me. Well, I can print a WhatsApp that you sent to me. According to your WhatsApp, I didn't understand you properly. So please, walk past me. Like I said, I don't like you. I think you're dishonest. I think you're a person with no integrity. I think you're a person that will do anything to make 1 rand or 2 rand, with no regards what your reaction is, what problems you're going to cause, whatever you're going to cause in those poor families, in those rural areas families that will do anything to get their kids an opportunity. So yeah, that's it. To the parents again, if you believe John Ray and the other peoples like him, it's your problem. You're the arsehole. You have been warned. Go to your coach. Mind you, that's also difficult, because if John Ray stands close to your coach, maybe he was bribed. But go to somebody that knows something about rugby, and that's not me, and ask him if your kid is really good enough. Phone rugby agents and see how many kids from South Africa really makes it overseas. And I'm not saying playing for a second-rated club in Portugal or Spain or even France. That's not making it. Rather, take that money, take that 60 or 70,000 rand that your kid is going to waste overseas. God gave you the kid to say no to him, to give him guidance. Rather use that money, send him to a university, send him to a technikon, send him anywhere where he can learn a trade or something, rather than to believe people like John Ray. That's all. Enjoy.